Audio matters more than most people realize. It's how we communicate, how we hear emotion, how we connect. And when you work online, sound becomes this invisible part of your presence. You don't think about it when it's good, you only think about it when it breaks. At Elgato, we don't just want your audio to be better, we want it to be effortless. Back in 2020, we decided this shouldn't be hard. So we launched Wave 3 and Wavelink, not as a mic and some software, but as one integrated system. For the first time, creators could easily route every part of their audio, voice, chat, music, and game into a clean, controllable mix with separate outputs for what you hear and what your audience hears. Over the past 5 years, we've built on that foundation, learning from your feedback, hundreds of thousands of real-world setups, and creators who keep raising the bar. And now, we're ready to show you what came from that. This is Elgato Wave 3 Mark II, a next-generation USB condenser microphone built to remove the usual trade-offs in audio. Most microphones force a choice: plug-and-play simplicity or deep control over your sound. Wave 3 Mark II delivers both powerful processing, professional sound, and effortless setup in one integrated system. Let's take a closer look. It all starts where great audio begins, bringing your voice into the microphone. Once again, we partnered with Lewitt, a company trusted by audio professionals worldwide, to create Wave 3 Mark II. It starts with a high-performance condenser capsule, tuned to capture every detail in your voice. Using a cardioid polar pickup pattern, it focuses on what matters most, what's in front of the microphone, you. From there, your voice flows into WaveFX processing, an integrated audio processing system built directly into Wave 3 Mark II. WaveFX processing combines three key technologies: ClipGuard 2.0, a dedicated WaveFX processor that runs 5 on-device DSP effects in real time, and for the first time in a consumer USB microphone, VST Insert, enabling ultra-low latency processing of studio-grade VST effects. First comes ClipGuard 2.0, giving you virtually unclippable audio. Multiple analog to digital converters capture your voice at different fixed gain levels, preventing overload right at the start. Your audio is then processed in 32-bit floating point, giving your signal massive headroom as it's shaped and refined. And finally, a digital limiter ensures clipping can't occur anywhere downstream in the audio signal. Next, your voice enters the WaveFX processor. Wave 3 Mark II features on-device audio effects processed in real time by a dedicated DSP or digital signal processor, built directly into the hardware. It starts with a low-cut filter, removing low-frequency rumble from vibrations, desk noise, or environmental sound. Next is the expander, which gently reduces background noise and room ambiance while keeping your voice natural and intact. Then comes Voice Tune, an effect that adds subtle, analog-style warmth and density to your voice. It's inspired by the sound of analog tape. It's shaped by machine learning and fine-tuned by our audio engineers to adapt naturally as you speak, all controlled with a single slider. Compression comes next, applied directly to your microphone to keep levels steady, helping your voice sound clear, balanced, and easy to listen to. Finally, EQ lets you shape the overall tone, enhancing what works in your voice and dialing back what doesn't. The key difference is where all of this happens. These effects run directly on Wave 3 Mark II, not on your computer. That means you can hear these effects as they happen with zero latency monitoring in your headphones. What you hear is exactly what your audience hears in real time. Now, for most, that's everything you need, but sometimes you want more than just built-in effects. Maybe it's a specific sound, a creative voice effect, or a plugin you already rely on. And traditionally, that's where things fall apart. Using VST audio effects has traditionally meant trade-offs. You could add plugins, but monitoring came with noticeable latency. Or effects only work in one app, forcing you into virtual microphones and complex routing just to make things function. With Wave 3 Mark II, these compromises go away. You can monitor most VST effects in near real time, even voice changers, without distracting delay. And those effects become part of the microphone signal itself, so they work everywhere. In games, in apps like Discord or Zoom or in OBS Studio, you simply select Wave 3 Mark II as your microphone. No virtual mixes or workarounds required. This is made possible by VST Insert, the third stage of WaveFX processing. After your voice passes through ClipGuard and on-device DSP, it's routed through a dedicated low-latency audio path that processes VST audio effects and feeds the result directly back into the microphone signal. Because effects are part of the microphone signal itself, there's nothing extra to configure in individual apps. It just works wherever you select Wave 3 Mark II. You add and manage these effects in Wavelink 3.0, which we'll take a closer look at in just a moment. So that's Wave Effects processing on Wave 3 Mark II. ClipGuard 2.0, on-device DSP, and VST insert all work together as part of a single processing pipeline, delivering consistent, low-latency sound without relying on software routing or CPU-heavy workloads. For a deeper technical breakdown, you can check out our Wave Effects deep dive video linked below. Of course, we didn't stop there. At the back of Wave 3 Mark II, the headphone output has been upgraded, delivering clean, powerful monitoring with less noise. So what you hear is exactly what your audience hears. At the top of Wave 3 Mark II is the capacitive mute. With the slightest touch, your microphone is muted with no audible click or tap sound. On the front is the control dial, which switches between 4 control modes: mic gain, voice tune, headphone volume, and mic PC mix. In each mode, the dial adjusts that specific part of your signal in real time, and the customizable LED ring adapts to show exactly what you're controlling. When you're setting the mic gain, it displays microphone level along with real-time ClipGuard gain reduction. When adjusting voice tune, it reflects how much warmth and density you're applying to your voice. When controlling headphone volume, it shows the output level. And when balancing PC and mic audio, it visualizes that mix clearly as you turn the dial. Together, the dial and LED ring make it easy to understand what's happening to your signal and adjust with confidence. And when you don't want to think about gain at all, Wave 3 Mark II can take care of that for you. Getting the right gain shouldn't be something you have to think about. With the Auto Gain Wizard, Wave 3 Mark II sets your microphone level for you, quickly and accurately, so you can start with great sound right away. You can start the Auto Gain Wizard by pressing and holding the control dial for 5 seconds or directly from Wavelink. When you activate it, simply speak naturally for a few seconds. Wave 3 Mark II analyzes your voice and environment, then automatically calculates the optimal gain. It's one less adjustment to worry about, and one more way Wave 3 Mark II makes professional sound feel effortless. For software control of Wave 3 Mark II, we're introducing Wavelink 3.0, powerful audio software that brings mixing, routing, and effects together in one place. The tight integration between hardware and software starts immediately. Wavelink guides you step by step through setting up Wave 3 Mark II, from mic positioning to dialing in gain to configuring monitoring. With our years of experience in audio software, we rethought the Wavelink audio mixing experience from the ground up. You can create up to 5 output mixes and add up to 8 software channels, microphones, or capture card inputs. Each software channel can host unlimited apps, giving you full control over your entire system audio. And with the new routing table view, it's easier than ever to configure inputs, manage mixes, and see your entire audio setup and levels at a glance. This means, for creators, you can create a personal mix, a stream mix, and a VOD mix that excludes music. For professionals, route your music, browser, and meeting apps, and apply custom effects to ensure your call sounds great no matter who you're meeting with. For podcasters, add a second wave input, record a single output, and capture each mic as its own mix. With Wavelink 3.0, how you use it is entirely up to you. To enhance your audio even further, Wavelink 3.0 lets you apply VST audio effects directly to your inputs, so you can shape microphone, music, or app audio individually without complex routing or workarounds. And Wavelink 3.0 is completely free, so you can download it today even without a Wave microphone. Once your audio system is defined in Wavelink, Stream Deck becomes the fastest way to interact with it. You can control Wave 3 Mark II and Wavelink using a mouse and keyboard, but with Stream Deck, that same system moves out of software and onto physical keys and dials. Stream Deck actions give you instant visual control, showing real-time levels from microphones, headphones, inputs, and mixes. With a single press, you can mute, adjust levels, toggle effects, or switch outputs without breaking focus. And it works best with Stream Deck Plus, where dials give you precise audio control with a satisfying tactile feel. Alright, now let's take a look at how to set up Wave 3 Mark II. First, you'll want to install Wavelink 3.0, which comes with the first-time setup walkthrough. Then, you can connect Wave 3 to a microphone arm or use the included stand. Then connect the included USB cable to Wave 3 Mark II and your computer. You'll also want to connect your headphones to Wave 3 Mark II. This step is required to take advantage of the real-time processing and monitoring of Wave FX processing. Then open Wavelink and start the setup tour. In the setup tour, you can learn all about the different physical controls on your Wave 3 Mark II. Next, position your microphone so that it's about the width of a fist away from your mouth. Position the mic slightly below or off center so you aren't speaking directly into the capsule. This will prevent unwanted plosive noises. Next, follow the on-screen prompts for the automatic gain configuration. Now you can check out real-time monitoring and choose between two monitoring methods, mic PC mix ratio or linear, where you mix in how much of your own voice you want to hear. You can also choose to include VST audio effects in the monitoring mix. Thanks to VST insert technology as part of Wave FX, most audio effects will be low enough latency to monitor in headphones. To install even more audio effects, Wavelink features marketplace integration. You can discover more powerful effects like de-esser, voice changers, and more. Effects are installed in a matter of seconds, and then you can add them to your Wave 3 Mark II or other inputs in Wavelink. And that's it. Your Wave 3 Mark II is now ready to be used. You can directly select the microphone in apps like Discord, OBS Studio, Zoom, and more, and all the on-device effects and those added in Wavelink will be included. Your Wave FX settings are stored directly on the microphone, so your sound stays consistent wherever you plug it in. So that's Wave 3 Mark II and Wavelink 3.0. It's more than just a microphone, it's a complete audio system. It starts with the high-performance condenser capsule, tuned in partnership with Lewitt, capturing your voice with clarity and focus. From there, it goes through Wave FX processing. ClipGuard 2.0 ensures your voice never clips. The Wave FX processor applies 5 real-time DSP effects: low cut, expander, voice tune, compressor, and EQ. And VST Insert brings ultra-low latency studio-grade VST effects directly into the microphone signal, for the first time in a consumer mic. Wave 3 Mark II also features an upgraded headphone output, an LED-equipped control dial, and the Auto Gain Wizard to set optimal gain for you in just seconds. All of it is brought together by Wavelink 3.0, fully rebuilt to let you create multiple mixes, route unlimited apps, and control your entire audio setup, with Stream Deck integration for one-touch control. So whether you're streaming live, recording a podcast, joining meetings all day, or creating content across multiple apps, Wave 3 Mark II adapts to the way you work. Simple when you want it, powerful when you need it. Wave 3 Mark II is available now for $169.99 US. To learn more, see full specifications, and find availability in your region, visit elgato.com. Thanks for watching. All right.